Hey, this is Redban, and you're listening to Muff Said here at DeathSquad.tv. Please subscribe to us on iTunes and Stitcher. Just search for Death Squad. Hit subscribe. Coming to Sacramento with Tony Hinchcliffe and Sam Tripoli, bringing Death Squad up north May 3rd and 4th. That's Friday and Saturday. And then Cinco de Mayo, Sunday, May 5th, we're going to be in San Francisco. Tickets are on sale right now. Go to DeathSquad.tv. We're going to be at the Punchline Comedy Club in Sacramento and Cobb's Comedy Club in San Francisco. And also, we're coming to San Diego May 24th and 25th. Sarah Tiana, me, and Tony Hinchcliffe are going to the La Jolla Comedy Store. Tickets are on sale right now at thecomedystore.com. And again, that's May 24th and 25th. It's going to be Sarah Tiana, me, and Tony Hinchcliffe. And now, here's a brand new episode of
That is an exciting new album from Daft Punk that we're coming into. And we have an exciting new show. We have delicious beers. Mm-hmm. We have a very excellent comic book to talk about. Mm-hmm. Robot Pants is going to pet my head later. How do you feel about that?
I still don't know what this is about, but you're like, you have to pet my head.
You do, Mr. Nick Ahrens. How do you feel about that?
I should be more excited, but I'm a little bit curious, mostly just like scientifically curious of why.
So you know me, so you're weary about this.
I feel like you're going to pull out a lightsaber and hit me with it.
That happens most of the time you come to my house.
Yeah, she's freakishly good at lightsaber battles.
It's true. It's because I got a lot of spare time on my hands. I'm like that kid in the garage. On our show today, we have a rock star. And we're having a good roll of like really good looking dudes in the studio. I don't know what's going on. This is supposed to be a nerd podcast.
You're also from last week we talked about a cave of good looking guys that all live together. I think you're in that cave.
He might be in that cave.
I grew up in the cave.
Right. Well, this is Andrew Lee Schmidt joining us. He is from the band Honor Society.
Yes.
And he's here to talk about his Kickstarter. But that's later on, after you taste your delicious beer.
Let me give this a shot right here.
It's a BPA.
Yes, BPA
That's
stands
fantastic.
for Belgian-style pale ale.
Yeah.
This is from Ommegang Brewery. This is supposed to be pale and hoppy with notes of citrus and tropical fruits.
I should get mad at you because you keep bringing in pale ales, and I think it's mostly just to spite me, but this is actually delicious. So,
really cool label, too.
I am trying to teach you about the deliciousness that is pale ale. I'm developing your palate. You're like, this thing that I hate.
You've finally succeeded.
See? And I feed you delicious things. It's also because the beer store by my house, Buzz downtown,
I know that spot.
They overly stock the IPAs and the six-packs. And I go in there and I want to buy a six-pack, or in this case a four-pack for the show because I like to share. And it's like all IPAs. And so it's hard to find something there that's not an IPA.
They have one of my favorite beers ever there. They have a beer called Edelweiss. Comes in a green bottle. It's a German wheat beer. I suggest you try it. It's excellent.
See, I love my large format beers because I feel that those are a lot freer with style and a little bit more
large format,
esoteric and delicious, but they're hard for sharing.
And
they're super
the
expensive.
resolution.
Yeah,
because you buy the 750, the large format, and it's like $12.
Well, this isn't a 750. It's actually, I think it's like I don't know, somewhere between this and the 750. So it's a nice compromise.
I like that brewer. Is it Ommegang?
Ommegang. Yep.
Ommegang.
That sounds like a new Psy song. Like the follow up to he just released a song, didn't he?
Don't encourage him.
No, he just released. It's called, I think, Gentleman. I haven't listened to it yet.
Gentleman, and it's just a video of him trolling women where he like he'll look like he's pulling out a chair out of respect, and then he pulls it too far and she falls in her butt. Like that's the whole video. And
of course, people on the internet love this.
And he's wearing drop crotch pants the whole time. But the crotch is way too dropped. Like he had these specially dropped. It's too much.
I don't think they need to encourage the trolling of women. Like last week was Stop Street Harassment Week because it's an important thing that needs to be stopped.
Yeah, it's a weird video, and there's it's definitely like I feel like he made this video specifically to try and go viral again in America.
You can't do that.
I know, and it feels like it feels like a lot of the same. There's even elevator scenes with the same exact dude from the last video.
Well, that guy was really good in an elevator.
Yeah, but this one he just looks like he has to pee. It's really weird. And then Psy like hits all of the buttons like to be a dick. It's just him being a dick. Basically.
I don't want to watch that. I don't want to support that kind of behavior.
It was okay. It was okay. It wasn't good.
It was
wasn't
him actually being gentlemanly, then I would click that.
The song isn't very catchy either. And which I was like, you know what, man? I think you have more than this. You have more inside of that musical heart.
Well, the thing
I
is
expect
that
more.
if you watch his Korean videos, they're amazing.
Yeah.
They're
Are they?
so good. Yeah, he has this amazing stage show that I've seen videos of where he like surfs the crowd on inflatable platforms and has like a giant inflatable smoking baby.
Yeah. This guy also has like an illustrious history of music education too.
Yeah, I think like Juilliard or something crazy.
Yeah.
Hold you guys know way too much about Psy.
Well, we actually did a show where we talked a lot about K-pop.
Okay, all right.
Which we're kind of harkening back to, but
Okay, fair enough.
feeling
I
nostalgic.
missed it. Yeah, my bad.
This is the 25th episode of Muff Said.
it is.
It is, yeah.
Hooray!
Hooray, we made
Wow.
it.
Congratulations, everybody.
Thank you, Brian
Yeah.
Redban.
So let's talk about the super powerful elephant in the room, which is the new Superman trailer. I want to talk about this.
I haven't watched it yet. I've been waiting to watch it today with you guys.
Wow, that's very nice of you. I've watched it like 17 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you would. So I would like to have a fresh perspective on it. And while we watch this video, can you guys think about what number between 1 and 5 you would like to award this beer? 5
that's right.
being the best.
Okay.
I'm trying to find the
Do you do
latest
half
one.
stars or just?
We haven't delved into half stars yet.
I feel like half stars get tricky because then it's actually a 10 system. It's an out of 10. So I think you got to stick to your guns.
Good call.
Because
Okay.
I think the half system also kind of feels like an easy way out a little bit.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
You know what I mean? Like
for non-committal types.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't want to give it a 4, but it's better than a 3.
I like this, but I'm going to label it a 3.
Really?
'Cause I like it, but I don't love it.
I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to label
You're
it.
not ready?
I might give it a. So we're not doing halves.
No halves.
No halves.
Not yet. Maybe later on.
I'll give it a 1.
Wow.
Whoa.
Can I also say actually,
Hater.
if this beer were properly poured into the correct glass,
Probably way better.
it would be a different experience. I
Yeah, yeah.
promise.
I just don't like this taste of beer, but I totally understand what you're saying because I mean I am drinking half foam right now.
And it's also it's an unfiltered beer,
Well,
so there's a lot of sediment.
The reason you're
at the bottom.
drinking half foam is compliments of my really, really terrible shocks and the 110 from downtown.
That'll do it.
Yeah, sports suspension in the 110 is not a fun
You
combination.
rallied over here.
I did rally over
Rallied
here.
over here.
to the ice house.
And apparently we have matching minis, by the way.
Yeah, I saw.
Probably much nicer.
I saw Andrew's car and I was like, "Oh, is Ryan's already here?" He's like, "No, wait, that's mine." I was like, "You guys have even the same wheels."
Dark
I
gray
think.
with the black wheels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Convertible?
No.
No.
Oh. Yeah,
Is
sorry.
yours a convertible?
I don't do
All right.
convertibles.
Yeah, but I don't ever convert it. I was talked into getting the convertible because I was and they're like, you just seem like a convertible kind of girl, and I like got talked into this fantasy of being
Like,
the
what the
type
hell is
of
that supposed to
girl
mean?
that's like,
Yeah.
I am that kind of girl, and started flipping my hair.
Bought some Ray-Bans.
I always loved convertibles in Ohio, but in like L.A., I think it's too creepy because there's so much stop traffic that you're always constantly having people look at you. Because I was
Yeah.
in this, I rented one out here, and I'm like, there's just people staring at me the whole time.
They
I'm
just-
like, get away from
It's
me.
it's weird. Like where I grew up. Funny enough, I expected to move to L.A. and be like, "Oh man, windows down, bumping stereo. What's up?" I get here, no one's doing it.
Oh yeah, because it's melted. It's also melting sun out here. Like,
Yeah.
the sun
Yeah.
is crazy hot.
I want my AC on. I don't want to deal
But,
with
like,
like the breeze in my air. The thing is that if I could be guaranteed a traffic-free ride, I
Right.
would probably drop
Yeah.
the top more often. But frequently, you drop the top and then you get stuck in traffic, and you're like, "Oh,
And
it's
you're
hot.
frying. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
frying.
Totally
Well,
frying.
No,
Melting
it
the
makes sense.
seats.
I don't use my sunroof more at night because of that.
It's really hard to masturbate when you have a convertible.
The
You want to watch this Superman trailer?
Yes.
Yeah, let's watch the Superman trailer.
Here we go.
On that note.
All right.
Superman's looking
Wow.
around and they are shooting stuff. Meaningful
No,
music.
that was his father.
That's Mr. Superman.
yeah. Kal-El.
Hopes and dreams travel
I'm sorry,
with you.
Jor-El.
He'll be an outcast. I'll kill him.
Does Russell Crowe sing in this one? Or
He's a
Be a god to
Popeye.
them.
He beats everyone up.
Jean Valjean? Wait, Sorry,
Wait,
wrong
huh?
movie. Wrong movie.
I think of the porn star Jean Valjean.
What?
There's a male porn star named Jean
What if a
Valjean.
child dreamed of becoming
got a
something
big
other
wiener.
than what society has
So are they
intended?
starting from the very beginning again on this one?
Yes.
Yep.
What
Again.
if a child aspired to
But
something
it's
greater?
Christopher Nolan and Zack Snyder, so it's okay.
I think the other one would have been good if they hadn't made that large wiener look smaller.
My son was in
post.
the bus.
When
CG penis reduction.
Yeah, with the Bryan Singer one.
Oh wow.
And that's why I didn't see it.
Out of principle.
You're the answer to Are We Alone in the Universe?
is that Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Just
Wow.
pretending
Perfect
I'm your
casting for
son?
that role.
Yeah.
You are my son.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
So many feelings.
I know, right?
That you were sent here for a reason.
Oh God, not
And
this
even
again.
if it takes the
Really?
rest of
He's
your life,
hitchhiking?
Again, like the
They
Hulk.
make him a little bit like
Over to
Wolverine
your
here,
son to
but
find
I mean,
out.
with the hitchhiking, he's like
Yeah.
a loner, and then he's got a beard.
He's got the duffel bag that they had in
Hulk, right? The Incredible Hulk?
See,
no,
like-
it's the first Rambo, First Blood.
See, he kind of has a Wolverine vibe here.
Oh yeah, total Wolverine.
Right?
That's weird.
It is.
Who never quite fit in.
He's a pet dog, though. That's pretty cool.
Why is he holding lipstick?
Yeah, why's he got lipstick?
Hey, they'll answer it in the movie, okay?
I do like that cape. It's a sweet cape.
So many questions about the lipstick.
Fall,
Is that a real cape?
but in
It
time,
was a CG cape.
This is pretty sweet
they
right
will
here.
join you in the sun.
Do it.
In time, you will help them accomplish wonders.
See, I was watching this earlier, and he does this without goggles. He's like flying
Yeah.
through the atmosphere at hundreds of miles an hour without goggles. His eyes must be super
Chapped.
He has-
chapped eyes.
Super watery.
well, his eyes make lasers, so who knows what they're really made out of.
Wait, who's the bad guy?
Zod.
My father believed if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me.
This is the scale that Superman
was
should be, where the
convinced
whole city's
the
getting
world
fucking
wasn't
destroyed.
Totally agree. This looks like the most legit Superman,
Yeah.
Yeah.
unless Russell Crowe starts to sing.
What's the S stand for?
Oh,
It's not
wait.
an S.
Is that the girl from The Office?
My world, it means
No.
hope.
That's not.
Well, here it's an S. How about... Yeah, it is.
Excuse me.
Yeah, what's
That's Amy Adams.
Wait,
Amy
wait,
Adams.
Yeah, it's Amy
Wait,
Adams.
that's Pam from The
No,
Office?
no,
No.
No, it's Amy Adams.
Amy Adams.
I was gonna say that would be the worst Lois Lane ever.
This
Frumpy
Superman
Lane.
looks
Jesus.
promising. I'm really excited.
I'm
about
pretty
this.
excited too.
When was the last one though? When was the last reboot?
So
Because
they
it seemed like
did
it was
the-
recent.
08?
They did the one, and it was a Bryan Singer movie, right?
Yep.
And they cast that young man who apparently has a giant wiener, like giant wiener.
And they actually had the CG
Like
reduction.
John-
And they had to go
Hamm-esque.
back. Yeah, huge horse cock. And they had to
Ham.
go back and they had to digitally retouch the movie to make his junk less distracting. And so I, of course, boycotted the movie because if they had said no matter
Because
what,
of that?
well, the thing is that the movie didn't look good. But if they told me that I could look at giant wing in tight shorts for 2 hours, I would have bought that
The-
ticket.
I don't, it's Superman. Of course he has a super dick.
No.
Come on. That's
No
just
Barbie
stupid.
doll crotch on that man. It's like anime hentais. Imagine like what fucking Superman is like. So we like when he like fucks him really really hard, and then he like explodes him with the sperm, with like the demon wieners do.
I feel like this
There's
is a Family Guy
tentacles.
episode right now.
There's tentacles and space.
And the last one was a reboot, also, though, right?
No, the last one was a sequel to Superman 2, which was why it was so dumb. They
haven't seen any of these.
continued a storyline from the 70s or the 80s, but they also had to use the same character trope. So it was the same kind of wacky Lex Luthor and all that kind of stuff. So it wasn't. They couldn't make it too serious because then they couldn't call it a sequel. So this is a fully fresh reboot.
I do think this looks a lot better than the Spider-Man reboot because I wasn't,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yep.
everyone's against me on that, but I hated the
The
new
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
reboot, I didn't even bother seeing it because I was like, why would I go see the same movie that I just saw?
Well, that's
with
how
a-
I felt about the Superman.
See, I
movie.
thought it
was
with
like
the
a few years
hipster-
ago with
yeah,
Tobey
hipster
Maguire.
Spider-Man, and I love Emma Stone, but I'm like, I can't deal with like that hipster Andrew Garfield guy.
The problem is though, I didn't like the other Spider-Man movies because they had like music, like montages and shit like that. They were just so goofy and weird. And like, I get that's Raimi's style, but I just wasn't. When they started doing like musical montages down the street of like happy-go-lucky Peter Parker, I was kind of like, what?
Yeah, that dancing scene where he bounces on that chair and
Yeah,
Oh,
dancing.
God,
but
that-
the new
that was
Spider-Man
good.
movie is just as bad. They had like an emo skateboarding session where he like used
no.
his Spider-Man powers to skate.
It was the new one was like watching Twilight mixed
It was,
with Spider-Man.
yeah.
It was awful. It was shiny, glittery, pomade-y.
Too much hair. Too many hairstyles in that movie. Not enough action.
I did watch an amazing movie last night. Not really amazing, but it was pretty fun. Have you guys seen the new Ice Steve? on Funny or Die?
No.
It's you haven't seen it? Have you heard of it?
No.
Are you kidding? Oh, all right. So Funny or Die, like, I guess supposedly the rumor is they wrote a movie in 3 days. Supposedly, I don't know. If this is true.
I've actually heard about this.
And they filmed it in a week just so they could have the first Steve Jobs movie out. And it's with Justin Long, and it's called I, Steve.
Oh my God!
That's
with Justin Long.
Yeah, with Justin Long, who was in the Apple commercials.
Yeah.
And you can watch it live on or the whole thing on Funny or Die for free. I actually
Is it actually a full length?
Oh, it's full length. It's 72 minutes or so.
That's
79
Close
minutes.
enough. It's over an hour.
But you know what? I sat here. I streamed it to my TV. But it's at first it's kind of like you can't tell if they're being serious or if they're being fake about it. But then you realize the whole thing is just ridiculous. And it's not really that funny, and it's kind of awkward, and you can tell they did this really fast. But what sucks is they filmed it so well, they could have easily had a really funny small movie.
This is the problem with Los Angeles and the movie industry. Why can't you guys do a good script?
Yeah, it has Hurley in it from
the
Lost.
cinematography and the cameras and all that are so good. No, it's Hurley.
Yeah, it's Hurley from Lost. And
he's playing Woz?
He plays Woz, and it's so hilarious. They just shit on Woz throughout the whole entire movie. There is parts in it where he takes acid, and he hangs out with, he goes to, what is it? He has virtual sex. This is one of the best scenes ever. Him and this girl.
Can I get some sound on this?
Virtual sex.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right, girl. That was Hurley.
It is pretty.
That was What?
Scissoring?
This is like Lawnmower Man sex.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, no, it's exactly what it looks like, because I think it's supposed to be the same time period as those videos that used to, the Magic Eye. I don't know if you remember those trippy videos when you were a kid.
Like early VR. Look at that.
It makes
hysterical.
me think Demolition Man.
Right.
You put on the headsets.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. He doesn't know how to use the
Sandra
shells. You don't know how to use the shells.
It's not about the shelves. It's Sandra Bullock in wearing the headset and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Being young and sassy.
Yeah, going to Taco Bell, little T-Bell. She ran for the border. I want to watch that movie again. I've kind of actually been going on like a Wesley Snipes kick. Mostly because, and not
so Blade 1, Blade 2, or Blade 3?
So Blade 2, Blade 2,
yes,
and
right.
the Del Toro one, but not intentionally. This has all been like TV has been feeding me Snipes. I think it's because he's getting out of jail in like a month or whatever.
Ooh.
So I think TV's gearing up for the return of
Why
Snipes.
wasn't Wesley Snipes in jail a reality show? Like, why couldn't the world make that happen?
Well, you heard
Just following him around.
You heard the original thing with Joe Rogan, right? He was supposed to fight Joe Rogan in an MMA fight. And so Joe actually got a kickboxer trainer and a jiu-jitsu trainer, and he trained heavily for like 6 to 8 months.
But hasn't Snipes been doing martial arts for like 30 years?
The kind of martial arts where it's like he can like do like powers by like pushing like his hands towards your direction and you fall over type.
So he's got
martial
Hadoken
arts.
skills.
Yeah.
So he's like Ken or Ryu?
Yeah, Hayusha. Yeah, like
Pay no taxes.
He actually knows some stuff, but I mean, fucking Rogan would just have destroyed him. But he backed down, or something happened where he just didn't do it, and he just went to jail because he originally supposedly was supposed to do it. I think to make money to pay his taxes.
But I think also Rogan would have won because I think Rogan's a very passionate guy about things that he's really interested in, so he would have unleashed that passionate rage. Whereas I don't think what does Snipes care about?
Well,
you know what I mean?
Passionate rage.
Yeah.
Rogan's also a black belt in kickboxing, like a national champ in like kickboxing.
I didn't know that.
And I think he's a brown or the belt before black belt in jiu-jitsu. So he would have just, Wesley Snipes, I think, is like a karate guy or something like that.
That's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Now I just want to see Steven Seagal
But he's the
versus
daywalker.
Wesley Snipes, like in a real fight.
Steven Seagal versus Wesley Snipes.
Dude,
I think
Steven
Snipes.
Seagal.
You think Steven Seagal will win?
Yeah.
I think he's too fat. I don't know. I think Snipes.
Actually, he's gotten huge.
Yeah,
You're
right.
absolutely right.
Well, that's
yeah.
because he's like a cop now,
Yeah,
isn't
he's
he?
in
Is
New
he?
Orleans, in Jackson Parish.
What the what?
He's a
Yeah.
cop. Yeah.
Where have I been?
Yeah,
He had a show for a while. That's right. He had a show where he like busted through a
it's the
door with a
best.
shotgun. He was like, "I'm a real cop." I was like, "What?"
It was a real thing.
That's
my God.
amazing.
Yeah.
I was just down in New Orleans. New Orleans is
It's a hell of a town.
it's a hell of a town. I was there on a Monday afternoon, and you think, oh, it'll be mellow on a Monday. Hell no.
Is it crazy like that?
Dude.
I
I saw so much.
There are
So many
places
things I
that
can't
many
unsee.
there's a 3-for-1 cocktail special at most of the bars on Bourbon Street. Like three for one. Not just like three. No one needs a 3-for-1 drink special. Actually, my favorite bar, the Three-Legged Dog, is always 2 for 1.
You get a gallon of whiskey
and 24
for
hours.
$1.
Have you ever? There's a place there called the Dungeon. Have you been
Yes.
to the Dungeon?
No.
Dude,
Yes.
I went to. I was like,
Super
oh
heavy
man,
metal.
yeah, hell yeah, it's awesome. I was like, I'm going to the Dungeon. Only it doesn't open till midnight. I was there at like noon.
Open to 12. Kick ass. I'll be there. Like knocking on the door, eating like a sandwich for lunch. Can I come in?
I had a hurricane in hand.
Oh my God. So you didn't make it to midnight?
No. We were there for like an hour. We're like, let's get the fuck out of here. This is terrible.
You should have gone up the street.
We were walking down. This is when we knew it was time to leave. We were walking down the street, and there's a dude walking in front of us in the same direction. No shirt on. Obviously, I don't think he was homeless. I think he's just been out partying for like a week straight.
You can't tell sometimes.
No joke, he had shit smeared all the way up his back. It's like he wiped and lifted and went all the way up his spine. It was horrendous, man.
Still going. Okay.
He was like bumming a cigarette off some guy. I'm like, ugh.
That's not safe.
One of my
You can't
favorite
light up a cigarette if you're covered in poop.
one
Seriously.
of my favorite porn videos is called "Wasted Chick Fucked at Mardi Gras." It's on Pornhub. Just Google that. Wasted Chick Fucked at Mardi Gras Pornhub, and that's one of my go-to spanks for the last 5 years. It's so hot.
I feel like I've been to New Orleans and it was just normal time, nothing crazy was going on, and that was enough for me. Like I think at Mardi Gras, my heart would just stop.
You don't want to go to Mardi Gras. Like
I don't think I
Mardi
do.
Gras. You
Like,
want
I
to
don't
go to
actually think I do.
Halloween. Halloween has the parades and the floats. Though living in New Orleans for a year, I will say like every 3 weeks there was a parade, and I couldn't necessarily figure out
I was in
why.
one. I was only there for a week, and I was in a parade. It was amazing.
They just randomly happen, and there's a complete and total disregard for traffic laws.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Complete and total. I saw this guy get pulled over for actually treating a stoplight like a stoplight after dark.
Are you drunk?
Well, after dark, you're supposed to start treating them like a stop sign, and because otherwise you'll get carjacked.
Yeah.
And
Really?
So the cops
He's
pulled
like,
this
you
guy
gotta
over,
go. Thinking
and
he was like a carjacker?
they
Like,
thought that either he was a lost tourist or he was so drunk that he didn't know how to drive.
That's
So either way,
crazy.
they needed to like help him get to where he needed to go.
there's the most amazing thing that happened to me when I was in New Orleans, and a lot of cool shit happened. I even saw I'm gonna fuck up his name, but the amazing trumpet guy from the show Treme. I got to see him live. Okay. All that shit was me. All this like these amazing musicians. But my best moment is we were there for my friend's wedding. We're doing a second line through the city. Walking jazz band, everyone's fucking amazing. Like no one's even drunk yet. They're just so high on life at this point, like a true high on just like excitement. And at the groom in the wedding is walking by a bar, and a bunch of Marines come out in their formal gear just to see what's going on and start giving him beers. Like something out of a fucking movie, but they're wearing their formal gear. There's like 10 of them. They pour out on the street going, "What's that sound? Oh, congratulations!" And so he's sitting there chugging beers with all these formal Marines, and the photographers and the video guys are all capturing it. Total spur of the moment. That would never happen in any other city. No, it was amazing. Coming out of your houses to see what's going on, that doesn't happen anywhere else.
And then people just joining in the second line.
Yeah, yeah. Then all of a sudden, these Marines that we didn't know were like with us. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
I gotta go back.
That's a much better experience than I had. Much better.
So, do you recommend going there? Because I've often thought to go there just to hang out and for like a weekend. Or
You
something.
got to check it out.
Yeah, I think you'd love it, Redban.
Yeah?
You got to check it out.
They have every bar allows you to bring booze in from another bar in a plastic cup.
Oh,
And you can just walk around the street with. I was walking around the street with a Bloody Mary, just like for like an hour,
and a muffaletta in the other hand, a giant sandwich. Yeah. Oh yeah, and the best thing is you go to like bodegas there, and the bodegas are like double as like the best delis you've ever been to. There's the food there. It's like you walk in, you're like, really, this is like the best food. Like, is it behind the Cheetos? And you like go back behind this tiny little counter, and there's this guy back there waiting for your order of this amazing sandwich.
Yeah, the people forget that New Orleans has a crazy Italian heritage, along with the delicious Creole and Southern influences. So imagine like delicious Italian deli style meets the South.
Meet some chicken. I also had the best chicken of
the
my
gas
life.
stations.
No. I actually went out to this place in the hood where I actually saw a dude standing on a stoop, like eyeing me. Like it was the straight hood. And the chicken place was so crazy. The floors were slippery from the grease, but it was so tasty.
They also, all the gas stations have great fried chicken.
Yeah.
Just a magical. New Orleans is a magical land.
It's
as long as you stay in the right neighborhood.
It's Disneyland for grown-ups,
Yes.
like real grown-ups. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I just got a news update. The Hooters bomber just got caught. I don't know if you heard about the Hooters bomber.
Oh,
Was this in
LA?
Hollywood?
Yeah, this was in Hollywood Hooters, and this guy walked in, had a lunchbox, and goes, "Hey, this is a bomb, everyone," and puts down this lunchbox on the ground and walks out. And Hollywood's been closed like this whole for like the last 6 hours. That they just caught him, and supposedly he said, "Hey, I was just joking."
Oh my god!
What an idiot!
Wow.
It seems like this kind of after like
Good timing, dude.
Yeah,
Good
after
timing.
tragedies like Boston, there's always like a scare here and there. It's always some dude just being like a complete asshole.
Well, there was one at UCLA. That somebody called in a
This
bomb
morning,
threat
yeah.
this morning, and it's just stupid. I guess there's been tons of bomb threats throughout the country today.
Very frustrating world sometimes.
Speaking of frustrating worlds, at least we don't live in a dystopian post-apocalyptic future like this book Spaceman takes place in.
Nice segue.
No, look at that segue. Normally I'm terrible at them.
Hold on. Segue aside, this is a book called Spaceman.
Yes.
Spaceman.
Spaceman.
Not Spaceman.
Did you?
I see what you did there.
And it's written by Brian Azzarello with his longtime collaborator, Eduardo Riso. The covers are done by Dave Johnson. And
Dave Johnson
nice. Hooked it up. I would like to point out the beautiful inscription that he made for me right there.
Johnson.
Dave Johnson's pretty
You're the
baller.
best layer around. Nobody can ever put a dildo in your butt like you.
That is true. No
Actually,
one can put a dildo in my butt like me.
I can actually read that properly. You're the best around. No one's ever gonna break you down.
You're the best.
Around. No one's ever gonna break you down.
Oh, nice. Got some delay on there. Nice.
Effects. Oh, I love that.
All right, so this book takes place in dystopian future. It's about a spaceman. It's about someone that was genetically designed to live in space.
It's like the bones and all that stuff.
Extra bone density, extra skin thickness, a larger mass in general. And
Try not to laugh at all of that. Sorry.
why you gotta be thinking about wieners during my show?
Because your boobs.
Illogical logic. Hey.
Sweet taters. So
Wait, what was our show earlier? Taters and Gators? Yeah!
Taters and
We'll talk
Gators.
about that in a second. You talk about the book. We'll talk about Taters and Gators soon.
So this sort of a spaceman, and in this book, NASA developed all of these spacemen to be able to survive colonizing Mars, and they were genetically engineered. And then when the public found out about it, there was such a giant public outcry that it led to like the collapse of civilization as we know it. And so now these spacemen are walking among us, and this guy has like a job as basically like a scavenger, essentially. And then polar
It's a garbage
ice caps
man. You
have,
can say he's a garbage
the polar
man.
ice caps have melted because he's not a garbage man. He's not a garbage man. He scavenges and then sells the scavenge. It's a totally different thing.
Or he's a bum. I'm being a dick right now. Keep going.
He's a bum, but he also operates like a sweet boat and stuff.
Space
and
bum.
because the polar ice caps have melted, so it's a little Walder-worldy. And he comes
nice.
across this little girl who has escaped from. So so it's called the Rise and the Dries, and the Dries are the rich people because they get to stay dry. And there's a 24/7 reality show called The Ark where there's a Brangelina type couple who these children from the Rise compete to be adopted by them.
Wow.
Whoa! So it's like really, it's about the future, but it's about the future as it could possibly be in 20 years. So it's an amazing book. The art is, Brian Azzarello and Eduardo Riso have been working together for forever, like 10 years, also with Dave Johnson doing it. So it's a very tight team. It's a tight, well thought out, extremely competently executed book.
Is it just one?
And it's just the
one book.
The deluxe edition.
Oh man, I have to read that.
Yeah.
There's a rocket ship coming out of Spaceman's head there.
So this is my pick for comic books this week. Go buy it. Go to your local convention and get Dave Johnson to sign it. It is top notch.
Dave Johnson, good man.
Good man. We like him.
You call it the tits.
The tits.
That's the
It
tits.
is the tits.
Speaking of the tits, let's get back to this reality show concept of taters and gators.
Oh, I wasn't actually thinking about boobs. I was thinking about literally like a cooking competition for the South.
Oh.
Where you have to like make food. out of gator and taters.
But taters don't make me think of Southern food.
I was thinking of alligator boobs.
I was just thinking of like hot
I'm with you.
bitches wrestling alligators. Like I want to see some like busty WWE girls, like
Wrestle alligators?
wrestle some alligators. That's what I think taters and gators should be.
I'll watch it as long as it's in between 2 episodes of Duck Dynasty. If it's between 2 episodes, I'll watch anything.
I didn't know anything about Duck Dynasty until my sister posted a picture of her husband on Instagram. And she's like, and made the comment that his beard's about 3 reeds long.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what are you talking? And I had to call her specifically. And apparently it's from a show called Duck Dynasty.
It is.
I like that the Duck Dynasty guys go to work wearing camo in a warehouse.
Oh, dude, it's so funny.
It's amazing. So they actually stand out more because they're wearing camo.
Is it orange camo?
No, it's like true like camo, but it's like they wear like these big. Like I feel like they're just doing it for the show, maybe. But there's like
no, I don't think so because I was 17 years old and I was a bad naughty girl, and I'd already dropped out of Catholic school, so my parents shipped me off to a dairy farm in Central Virginia.
I like where this is
farm
going.
work.
Go on.
Wait, how old were you? Because I need to get a picture in my head of you milking some cows as a bad 16-year-old with all daisy dukes on, your nipples hanging out.
oh boy.
17. It was
Plaid
1 month before my 18th birthday, and I smuggled a lot of pot out there with me because I was resourceful. I put it in some maxi pads.
Wow.
No one wants to touch those when you go to
Is that why they always
security.
used to call you skunk puss?
But so I was out there, and I just couldn't take the rigors of farm work, and so I ran away and was hitchhiking through Virginia, and the first person that picked me up was in a full camo jumpsuit with like two hunting rifles in the front seat.
And you got in the truck.
And you got in.
Yeah, we got totally stoned, and he dropped me off in Charlottesville.
Oh, well,
Come on in, lady.
Not even one finger, huh?
I'll take care of you.
Well, speaking of penetration in rural Virginia,
Here to segue.
Wow, you segue.
Nice segue.
Big penetration.
so I was on a dairy farm, and this was my great uncle's dairy farm, and he had received all of these grants to learn how to raise cows on grass, which was something that we had lost the knowledge of doing in the United States. So we had to go to New Zealand and Ireland to learn how to do this. So it was a very natural farm. So while we were there, it was during insemination time for the cows. So they had all of these young bulls, and so I got roped into helping. Weirder than me blowing a young bull was they would put the young bulls in the head gate, and they would put this giant electrical probe up their butt that's about the size of this wine bottle.
Stimulate their prostate.
Yeah. Yep.
Stimulate their prostate. So my job was to hold their tail and to keep that probe in their butthole.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That's all that.
And then to capture the cum, the weirdest part was it was like a little plastic ladle that they would try to.
Oh really? Like aim. It's like a mini game from a video game. They're like, all right, get it right.
Tell us the truth. You did taste it once.
Oh my god!
Too much. The funny thing is, I think that kind of stuff doesn't actually surprise people. They're like, yeah, they have to artificially inseminate the cows. And
But you don't understand the totally disgusting process that goes into it.
See, that doesn't actually
And then they
gross
have
me
to
out. What
make-
grosses me out is when I saw on Dirty Jobs where they cut holes in the side of the cows and they put windows
Saw that Food
they can
Incorporated.
fucking open,
Yeah.
and they open the window and they can stick their hand in the
Cow.
actual stomach of the cow and pull stuff out to see what they're in, and they close the door.
Yeah, it's one of
Are
the
you
most
fucking
haunting.
serious?
Yeah, it's one of the most haunting things
Insane.
ever. Actually,
it's so insane.
it's also on Food Incorporated.
Yeah.
and it's disgusting. Or actually, there's a good documentary called Corn. I think it is. That's also in there.
They could
With
go-
a K?
Yeah. Corn with a
No,
K.
no. I wish it was
With a
that.
backward K.
One of those Netflix.
I loved corn when I was a
I tried
teenager.
so hard to get into them, but I couldn't.
I had that first tape. I had it on tape.
Ooh.
Going with Adidas and
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Knick knack, paddywhack, give a dog a bone.
All right, Andrew Lee Schmidt.
Oh shit!
Your whole name is on my bio. How could I not use it?
It's a long name. It's a
so
serious
tell
name.
us about your band, and then tell us about your early musical influences.
Okay. My band is called Honor Society. We've been a band for several years. Actually, one of the guys I've been playing with now for over 10 years. We're the original founders of the band.
Old man.
But yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. I
See
just
the
actually
gray in your hair, in your nice haircut. I
Hey,
can see the gray.
shush, shush! It's just blonde.
That's you.
Right? No. But yeah, we've been doing it full time professionally for the past 5 years plus, and we've done half a dozen headlining tours and a bunch of opening runs. We played for 5 people to 60,000 people and everywhere in between. And we just finished a tour. We were out on the road for 6 weeks.
You literally just got back, right?
I just got back 2 days ago. And
that makes me feel special, by the way, that you came off tour and directly to my sweet, sweet bosom.
I was looking forward to the bosom. That's why I'm here. Yes. But it was a hell of a drive. We drove nonstop from New Jersey all the way to Los Angeles, 43 hours.
Damn! In one shot?
Yeah, it was awesome. It was great. Me and the drummer were driving the whole way. And
wow!
And you're the bass player.
I am the bass player. Yes.
But you're also like social media, graphic designer, tour manager.
Yeah, we all, all of us in the band, because we're independent, we do a lot of stuff. We all wear a lot of different hats, and I do a lot of the graphic design, a lot of the social media stuff, and when we're on tour, I do a lot of the driving and scheduling of things. And
so you're in charge of stuff.
People
can't make dumb bass player jokes about you.
They can't. That's one. They can't. I mean, I am not a dumb bass player.
I actually was checking out your stuff the other day, and I'm a huge Cars fan, and I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but I really like your cover of I think it was Magic.
Magic, yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, have you guys listened to it?
No,
do you guys like the
play
Cars?
it? Yeah,
play it. And just so you know, our lead singer is also the guitar player, and he shreds a motherfucker of a solo in this song. You got to hear the solo too. He did it in one take, and we're in the studio like that was just.
Yeah, that's a good sound. Like for a remake, it's really hard for certain songs for me to like go, no, that's actually a good version. I actually listen to it, and I actually almost like it better than the original because it just seems like more powerful than the other one.
But I actually love when you discover that about covers, because I always spread the good word of Solid Gold and their cover of Danger Zone and
Danger Zone. Do you guys watch Archer?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the first 2 seasons, it was Danger Zone joke after joke.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Thank you.
You'd love this cover then.
I probably would.
Yes. It's my favorite show ever.
Yeah, Archer's fantastic.
It's a fantastic show. It's one of my favorites. I actually, when I was on tour, I had my fiance DVR every episode, so I have a lot of catching up to do.
You sit down.
That, Game of Thrones, Walking Dead. I have so much fucking TV to watch.
Call of Duty maps out, so we gotta catch up.
Dude, you know what sucks though? I only have a 4 gigabyte hard drive on my Xbox, and I have to upgrade my hard drive just to get the new maps.
That really sucks.
But you're gonna do it, right?
Do you have the new Xbox or the old? Do you have the new Xbox or the old Xbox?
I have a new one.
All right, I got you covered.
Oh yeah,
I got an extra hard drive.
Oh,
I kind of have I have a Mary Poppins purse, but I actually have this tub of electronics just full of awesome shit.
Nice.
And I usually can solve any problem with this tub of electronic shit.
Speaking of tubs of electronic shit.
Look at this segue.
Wow, I like it.
On a roll today.
I'm really curious to see where you're going to go with this.
So I discovered this thing called Isadora Recycling. It's an e-waste recycling company that's here in Los Angeles, and they specifically take all e-waste. And
it's already a good service that needs to be done.
It's a good service, and it's all ex-convicts that do it. Because the mission statement of this company is that we just throw things away and don't expect them to ever get out of the cycle.
Not only that, but electronics basically are horrible for the environment if you just toss them in the landfill.
Horrible for the environment. And in 1 ton of e-waste, there is more gold than in 17 tons of gold ore. So there's absolutely no point in just throwing back into the environment.
All you people out there that think gold are going to solve your problems, even though it just crashed like crazy on the market, go get some e-waste.
E-waste for everybody.
Yeah. And also, you could also do it to Staples. I just dropped off like 5 old Mac computers, like the towers there. I threw away Laserdisc players. I was just
Laserdisc.
Yeah, I just had I had this problem with hoarding electronics because I just love.
Yeah, you're worse than I am.
Yeah, I'm horrible, dude. I have like an Xbox in every room. Like when he said that, I was like, I can just give you one of my Xboxes. But no, I had this closet that had so much shit in there, and I finally one day just went through, ripped out all the hard drives, and made this huge pile of shit, and just took it to Staples.
You can't like. And I don't want to sound preachy, but you absolutely cannot throw this stuff in the garbage.
No, you can't
because
it's against the law. Actually,
it's against the law. But this is like the people are like, oh, that plastic ring from your 6-pack isn't gonna isn't going to biodegrade for 100 years. I'm like, yeah, well, that hard drive you just threw away isn't going to biodegrade for like 1,000,000. I mean, that's not true, but like it's going to sit there and it's going to leak, things inside the circuits and all that kind of stuff. And like old CRT monitors are essentially filled with like poisonous gases and liquids and. Be a responsible nerd. You're listening to Muff Said.
Yes.
E-recycle. E-recycle
your e-waste.
In this company,
IsadorRecycling.com, not only do they take your e-recycling, they also have programs to help people that have been incarcerated re-acclimatize to society and get them out of that jail cycle.
Nice.
Because I think it's 7 out of 10 people that are incarcerated return within 3 years.
Yep. I try to support companies like that. I like Homeboy Salsa.
Yeah.
I like my glasses, Warby Parker. They donate. Nice. They donate to the kids every time you buy a pair.
I also do the Warby Parker.
Yeah?
Not right now, but...
Clearly not wearing glasses right now.
Nope. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, Context.
So tell us, so your band,
yes.
Real quick to pick back on it, you guys are fully independent.
We are fully.
You do everything yourselves. You broke away from the major labels.
Yep.
It's a story that a lot of your fans know, but now you guys are doing a Kickstarter.
We are. We're doing a Kickstarter. We just launched yesterday. The Kickstarter is for we're doing a documentary film and original soundtrack. So basically making a record and doing a documentary film. And we thought it was important to tell our story. We have a really interesting and crazy story. We've been through some real ups and downs, and I think it's a very unique story. However, there are parts of it that are just I think a lot of bands go through, and a lot of different artists go through. So we've seen everything from, like I said before, touring on a huge scale, opening for huge major acts on a major record label, and then we've done. Before that, we were by ourselves, independent in the New York area, playing for nobody. And now we're in a point where we just finished this tour. The tour went great. We have a song on the radio called Serendipity, and it's doing very, very well on the radio. We encourage people. It's on Sirius XM 20 on 20 right now, so you can request it there. And the Kickstarter is going very well. It just launched yesterday.
You guys are like 20% in or something? Or no, you guys are 20% in.
Yeah, we're almost up to $7,000
right. in 24 hours. And you have a month left. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so encourage everybody, take a look. We have some really interesting rewards up there.
Yeah, I saw you. Some of your rewards, like you're going to take people hiking.
Dude, somebody has already pledged for that one. I'm going hiking up to the Hollywood sign with a fan.
That's awesome.
We have.
How do you make sure that they don't murder you in the woods?
I bring a lot of weapons. Actually,
he's carrying nunchucks. You can't see it right now if you're listening, but before you guys got here, he was actually twirling them around.
It's true. I
mean, you are pretty and blonde. Someone might want to wear your skin.
Wow. That hits pretty close to home.
Let's watch this video, guys.
All right.
So I was talking to your manager earlier today, and he calls you guys the best kept secret in music. What do you think about that?
I can see what he means by that. We're a band that's had success.
Jimmy
and
Kimmel
we've
Live,
accomplished a lot.
Pro Bowl,
and we're very grateful for it. But at the same time, there's still so much more that we want to do, and we're not a household name yet. I think we all feel that a little bit, and I think our fan base might even feel that way a little bit.
Why aren't you guys a household name yet?
I mean, it's a process. It's a journey. There's no formula for how to do it. People don't always get to see the 10 years of touring and writing and building your fan base and all the stuff that goes into what most people consider your first moment. Fun is a really great example. At the Grammys, they're up there and they're like, we're old. Like, we've been doing this for a while, and I thought that was incredibly refreshing. There's really just no such thing as an overnight success.
So what's next for Honor Society?
Overnight success.
Oh yeah.
Actually, I think that's a pretty cool title of Overnight Success with the asterisk of 10 years in the making. That's pretty cool.
Thanks.
Because you hear a lot about that. Often not. I mean, the Grammys are, we all have our own thoughts about the Grammys, but like the almost all the time, some new artists in the Grammys, it's like, no, they've been busting their ass for like 15 years.
That's exactly the story. That was Mike, our singer, and that's the story he's telling. Fun, Fun has been around forever. I mean, before they were Fun, they were the format.
Bon Iver too did the same thing.
A different band, yeah, and so I mean, and that's the thing. It's like the public gets to know these bands when they finally break, but you don't get to see, again, the 10, 15 years or more that happens but leading up to that moment. So, yeah, that's that's a big part of our story.
I'm not a big Kid Rock fan, but I'll never forget his speech went viral when he won Best New Artist. He was kind of mad. He was like, he's like, thanks, I guess, but I've been busting my ass for like 15 years, so fuck you. Like he kind of like flicked off the crowd, like Best New Artist, like fuck off.
Well, I think, and that's the thing, we were talking about it, amongst us in the band. We were saying they just need to rename that award. It just needs to be like breakthrough artist or something different, because new artist does not make sense.
Find?
Yeah, best find, best, I don't know.
But it's not even that anymore, because
you finally did it.
But like the finds, it's not even a find anymore, because like look at Macklemore. He's shattering, or they are shattering records for independent sales right now. I mean, it's insane what they're doing, and I think that's great. Like that's kind of the state we're in, and you hear about like you guys, like all these big bands breaking with major labels, because it's just not the place you want to be. Yeah. You want to have control your own destiny.
Absolutely. And so, I encourage everybody to check out the Kickstarter page. If you go to Kickstarter and just search for Honor Society, you'll find it. And read the little blurb that we have there. You can see that video. But the blurb, we tell a lot of the story about our history, and it's an interesting history, and it's still being, the story is still being written. So that's the really exciting part about it, is that we're filming this documentary right now, and we don't know how it's going to end.
That's exciting. That's nerve-wracking.
It is. You know what? It's not. It is nerve-wracking if you allow it to be. We have to take every day as it comes, and kind of treat what we're doing as fun. It's fucking fun. I wake up in the morning and I don't have to go sit at a desk. I can think about fucking crazy music that I want to write, or some weird graphic that I want to make, or whatever weird things to do to help our band. So it's. I'm just happy that we get to be creative, and if it all falls apart, it all falls apart. But we're working really hard not to make it.
Yeah, I think I heard
not to let it fall apart.
I think I read that you guys had the highest views on Kimmel when you did the Kimmel show, or was that? Or that's right alone. Even if it's not the highest, or the second highest, or whatever the fuck it is, that's amazing itself. Do you know why it was that? Or?
It was an intense show. Who was on it? It was a big show. We were on it, and we had. That was when we were at the kind of the peak of our major label prowess. We had just come off a big tour, our record was out, and we had a lot of steam behind us. But it was also Ashley Greene from Twilight was on it, and Jake Gyllenhaal was on the show. So it was an awesome show, and we were like, wow, this is pretty fucking awesome. We're here.
That's great.
Yeah, it was dope. So we'll get back there. I'll give Jimmy Kimmel a call one of these days. Be like, hey, buddy.
Hey. So remember that thing we did that one time?
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah.
Something else you told me that I thought was pretty interesting is you went to, I might screw this up, but you went to school for acoustic engineering?
Acoustical engineering, yeah. I went to the University of Hartford in Hartford, Connecticut, and my major was acoustical engineering. My minor was jazz.
So you really understand music.
Well, it's basically mechanical engineering with a lot of extra courses in like noise control and vibration control and room acoustics and things like that. So yeah, when I was out of college, I worked as an acoustical consultant. We worked with architects and engineers to design concert halls, a lot of Broadway theaters and music schools. I did the renovation of the Juilliard School and a number of other things. So
that's not a big deal at all.
I was very fortunate.
Design the acoustics at Juilliard, like whatever.
Yeah, no big deal.
That's not going to affect generations of musicians for.
It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
That's an amazing legacy too. That's an amazing project to have worked on and leave behind.
Yeah, I was. My very first project was the renovation of the Biltmore Theater on Broadway, or just off Broadway, and it was a trip, man. I was very fortunate to work for a company that was kind of at the top of its field and working with architects that are just absolutely world class. So it was a good experience, but I'm much happier to be playing music.
One of the best ideas I saw you guys do, I thought, which is a simple and easy idea, but now like looking at it, is your video Hurricane, where it pretty much is just a record player and you putting an album or putting the album down and just playing it. And because as the popularity of things like Apple TV and stuff like that, that's such a great idea because it's kind of like a virtual record player.
Yeah,
I was watching this your videos at my house last night, and I just had a couple people over, and we just pressed play, and we one of the videos was this, and on the TV it was just like, how cool is that? It's like I just had a record player playing on my TV. Anyways, I thought it was a really smart idea.
Thank you. Yeah, and it's a kind of like a slow reveal. It kind of slowly pans out to reveal a scene, but yeah, we try to do. again, because we're independent, we have nobody really telling us, no, you can't do that. And which is really nice because honestly, if you took that idea to a major label, they would say, "Are you fucking serious? Right. Hell no!"
No, man, you need J.J. Abrams flares, you
exactly.
need booty shorts, you need.
Well, everything needs booty shorts.
It's true.
I don't even like rap music, but I love rap music videos.
Oh yeah, I love rap. I love both actually.
I love that bitch who got my phone proud.
I love both.
Well, I like some rap music, but I like all rap music videos.
You like Minneapolis rap?
I do like Minneapolis rap. What's up?
MPLS represent. What's up?
What?
Yeah. I only have good taste in music.
Brother Ali, POS, Doomtree, C Slaughter. Let's do this. Sorry, I get excited.
Apparently.
Oh shit! Right, there's some news going on. You want another breakthrough
news?
Two suspects, Middle Eastern males, suspected of carjacking, are being chased in Boston right now.
Oh, is one wearing a white hat and one wearing a dark hat?
They're wearing the same hat.
Yeah, they literally have.
How did you get caught?
One hat on the two of them.
How did you find us? Well, dude, you wore the same hat.
Whoa. Campus police officers shot and killed at MIT near Boston, state police say. Wow, there's a bunch of shit going on right now.
What is going on?
It's the end of the world.
No, don't say that. Come on.
I just got my gun fixed on Monday. Well, I'm all good.
You have your hatchet too. You have your crazy
I don't have a hatchet, but I did get a new whetstone. I've got 2 machetes.
That's right, they're machetes.
Hey.
Yeah, and I've got a couple new knives.
Which you just leave strewed about your apartment. I think I've tripped on one before. Ow.
You got to be prepared, like
tripping over a machete.
Yeah. What if a hole opens in the space-time continuum and an attacker comes through a random place in my apartment? I'm going to be happy that I have knives strewn all over the place. And then I'm going to get in a knife fight with a spaceman.
Spaceman.
Yeah. Dr. Elliot Spaceman.
One more thing, actually. So we talked about that music video. There's this other music video.
Oh yeah.
That from this new. I think they're from the Netherlands. Light. This new kind of like Scandinavian super group. And it's called, I can't remember the video's called. Do you have it, Redban?
Do Not Touch?
Oh, yeah, Do Not, or maybe do not touch.org.
Do Not Touch?
If you go to do not touch.org.
The theme of my childhood.
It's a crowdsourced music video. It's a rad song too, but your pointer, everything you do with your mouse pointer is recorded.
Yeah, so those are other people's cursors.
Yeah, and it records what you do every time you do it. And I think it's gone viral enough that they might filter stuff out after a while.
Yeah,
but is there sound too?
Oh, here.
There it is.
Ooh.
Very like Interpol-y, like
I love this.
Going to Boston.
Paradise Animals.
What's going to Boston?
It's so funny. I mean, how smart is that? Where are you from? Where would you like to go?
Yeah, like what are you? It's like I think like
what are you,
boy
male
or girl?
female?
Yeah, and then what do you like?
Get on our pussy, boys. Get on our pussy.
And then what do you prefer?
This is not real. Everyone's. Come on.
Everyone likes ladies.
And then eventually
this is amazing. Stay in the green zone, and it's just like it's the coolest. It really.
And eventually they'll start bringing in real video of like the band and stuff like that, which is pretty badass.
I like when they're like form the opponent. When the boxing
yeah. There's like like at one point the girl singer is like boxing in a mirror, and you have to make the opponent out of your cursors, which is badass.
So everybody bunches their cursor up. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool
really
video.
Smart idea.
So yeah, go to donouttouch.org and you can try this out.
That's really cool.
It's one of those like, oh shit, I wish I came up with that idea.
I know.
I hate that.
Badass.
But it's a great song.
But like you said, it can't record everybody.
No.
I wonder if it like resets every hour.
It's probably like they probably have a maximum amount of pointers of like 2,000, and then eventually they just drop out the last ones or something like that. Or it might not even be that viral yet. I don't know. But a friend of mine posted this on the internet, and I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
So cool.
Like, what the fuck is the internet?
Yeah, what the fuck is the internet?
Perhaps my favorite line of the movie. Anybody?
It's Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Thank you very much. All right, I love you guys.
Only because they dropped it so well. It's just like they posted on the internet. What the fuck is the internet?
And then Ben Affleck is explaining the internet. It's amazing.
So good.
The movie's pretty amazing. You want to know what's amazing?
Whoa, wow.
Yeah.
How soft my hair is.
Yeah. So what is this
so
crazy?
Come touch my hair. Come touch my hair. Yes. I just need someone else to verify how nice this is. See now pet.
I told you.
The back of my head.
Horse cum is the way to go.
It's super smooth.
Also, look at how it looks like I styled it today.
So what's the secret?
So what's the secret?
Technology.
So my hair, it is technology because last week my hair was so fried.
For those of you out there, by the way, I was just touching Ryan's hair.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
How was it?
It was very smooth.
Yeah. Okay.
And so last week my hair was so fried that my hairdresser was like, "We are not dyeing your hair anymore because your hair is so jacked up. If we keep dyeing it, it's just going to keep breaking off." And I was like, "My hair is
Literally
a
just
mess." It would literally just break off. And I was like, I have a hair stack on my head. And then I went on the internet and I was like, I am going to solve this problem. And I read about 1 million articles. And I bought something for $70 from Amazon that is giving me, after just 2 washes, this silky soft hair. So what people don't know about
Is it supposed to move with its own mind like that? It's got
Yes.
intelligence.
It does have intelligence. I'm brunette right now. But
I
that was
just got
terrible.
that. Apparently, I'm blonde.
So I went on the internet and I spent $70 on Amazon and I was shipped something called the Aquasana chlorine filter for your shower. And it's you just screw it onto your shower filter and it filters out all of the chlorine and heavy metals that are in your shower. And here in Los Angeles, we have so much chlorine in our water because it's like trucked in over the Ojai Mountains and it's like 2 hours here. And now my hair is silky soft and shiny for $70.
Does anybody else's water smell terrible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it smells
Yeah.
terrible.
It smells like eggs.
Not Redban. You're in Burbank. Everything's perfect in Burbank.
Well, we have our own water supply we're smart
you have your
about
own
it,
electrical
and we have
grid.
our own electric company.
Yeah.
But no, my water is got
Sulfur?
so much minerals in it, and it's just white. Like it just breaks apart my bathtub where it drips. Every day. It just it starts coming apart.
Wow.
Well,
It's strong water. But yeah, no, it's so funny you said that, Ryan. It's because Veronica Ricci just got that a couple weeks ago, and she won't even take a shower at my house right now because she said it's disgusting compared to having that.
My skin is soft. My hair is soft. I can drink the water in the shower to brush my teeth, and it's not grody. It's really nice.
What's it called?
It's called the Aquasana. Let me give you the exact name. Amazon.
Because I'm buying this tomorrow.
It was $70, and
Hey.
considering what you spend on hair products and hair gels, and what I've been spending on, like conditioners and oils to make my hair not be fried, it's amazing.
Hair product is ridiculously expensive. I didn't used to style my hair for a long time because I was, I'm not an attractive person. So it's
What are you talking about? You're the sexiest man in video game development. Don't you forget that, Nick Ahrens.
Come on, dude.
damn right.
You grew up in the cave.
It's the.
I didn't. I tried to get in the cave and they kept
he's the
kicking me
sexiest
out.
man in video game development.
Hey, watch what you're about to say because there's
That's
some good-looking dudes in video games.
That's a different cave.
There's some good-looking dudes in video games.
It's true. It's the Aquasana Deluxe Shower Water Filter System with adjustable shower head, and it didn't really affect my.
But I have my rain shower. I don't want to get rid of that.
It didn't affect
literally
my
rains on
my
my
water
head.
pressure.
Really? Didn't affect the water.
Did not affect my water pressure. You can just drink the water in the shower, and you're like, ugh, it's delicious.
I do that anyways.
But when we should go back to that. You say your water tastes weird. I mean, do you even still drink tap water? Like I don't even
Brita.
drink
No,
it
it's all
anymore.
filter,
It's
baby.
all Brita, but
Yeah.
when I'm brushing my teeth, dude, you're just like.
See, that's the thing.
And some days it's really.
I
bad.
use Fiji
but I
for
use
brushing
I use a
teeth.
Sonicare, so I use barely any water to brush my teeth, so I don't even notice.
Yeah, I do the Sonicare.
I use Fiji.
Oh, do you?
A new bottle. You don't even like.
You
it's like in the
highfalutin.
movie As Good as It Gets. You use a little bit and you just throw it in the garbage. Next.
The Brita, for me, I still get the flavor of the water because the water here is so nasty. I grew up in the Pacific Northwest where we have delicious water, and New York City, which also has delicious water.
Brita doesn't actually make your water better. It just makes the flavor better because charcoal doesn't filter minerals. I think it just filters flavor. Right? I could be wrong, but I'm
We're gonna
pretty
have to
sure.
ask a scientist.
Yeah.
But
We need to get a
yeah,
scientist on
I
the
just
show.
do the sparklets because it's super cheap. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
$14 a month, 20
Yeah.
$20 a month maybe.
Sparklets. Sparklets.
You shouldn't
And
do
now,
spark- you
and
shouldn't
now
do
we
sparklets.
dance.
Do you now we dance with the sparklets?
Sparklets.
You shouldn't do sparklets though.
Why? Are they racist?
No, because
Do they
that's
hate
not.
gay people?
It's not real legit water. That's just regular
Yeah,
water.
we bottle
pretty
at the
sure.
source. We bottle at the source at the end of the LA River.
If you have to choose one, I would go with Arrowhead.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I do. It's $8 a tub every month.
a tub?
You know what?
They come in tubs?
Well, the big water thing.
oh,
the big
I
thing,
was
yeah.
like, wow, that's an interesting way to
it's
distribute water.
it's really funny when you go on tour. You see all of the different local bottled waters.
Yeah.
It's such a trip, man. I mean, there's Arrowhead, obviously, which is pretty much everywhere. There's Ozarka.
Yeah,
You know,
I've seen Ozarka, and they come those little ball waters. Have you seen those? Like
I haven't seen the ball ones.
power-ups?
No. I haven't seen the balls. No, but I feel like Ozarka is Arrowhead. They just smack a different label.
They
on
do.
it.
They
Yeah.
do. They have different names and different.
See, my favorite is when companies have their own water. Like, hey, would you like to try a like a Mr. Pibb water? You know what I mean? Like you go into like a restaurant or something and be like, yeah, we have McDonald's branded water.
You're like, no,
they have water here at this comedy club, Ice House Comedy Club water.
Yeah.
And if you look on the bag, it's just like, no, it's just, tap water.
Yeah. It's just a dude who gets paid. It's job creation. It's a dude who gets paid to fill water.
My hometown is famous for its water.
Which is?
Saratoga Springs, New York. Have you heard Saratoga
yeah,
water?
I have heard of Saratoga.
Nice.
They've got the fizzy water too.
Yeah, they have flat and sparkling. And they also, it's interesting that all around town, the town is on an old ancient fault, and there are a bunch of natural springs, and it's known for its springs, hence the name.
Saratoga
Springs. There
yeah.
it is. But some of that water is gnarly. You can drink it like right out of the earth.
Yep.
And it's horrendous.
Yeah, it tastes really bad. Like it's I growing up in Minnesota in the boundary waters up north, which is a lake of like a line made of lakes between Canada and Minnesota. You can see straight to the bottom. You can see like 100 feet deep. It's really kind of mind blowing. And then you're like, yeah, you can drink the water, and then you're like, oh, badass! Like I'm a kid, I'm canoeing with my family, and I take a big sip, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, yeah, it doesn't taste good, you idiot. It's a fucking lake. There's animals and shit that swim around in here.
Yeah.
Oh no.
But it's clean.
Jesus, and you're talking about, we went into their end of the world thing that just happened.
Oh my god!
7.0 magnitude earthquake strikes north of Japan.
Jeez, what is with this week? And I was scared before because there was the big meteor fear, and then a bunch of people kept seeing all these crazy meteors. And there's the one in Russia, and there's one here in LA, and there was one somewhere else too. Where people, I'm like, oh great, these are the little ones in the movie Armageddon before the big one comes.
Yeah,
like these little stragglers.
The warning shots.
Yeah.
We're going to walk out of the studio after this
big fireball in the sky.
And everything's just going to be done. Yeah. The entire Pasadena is going to be leveled.
Becomes Fallout, the world. I can't wait.
I hope
post-apocalyptic. Oh, man. I think I'd do pretty good
Spaceman.
in post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
I'd build a fort.
I'm following this one with the machetes and the knives.
We're all going to find... Ryan,
no,
you're going to have to lead us.
This is why I have guns, so y'all can't fucking roll up on my shit.
What
do you bring into the survivor table?
Hey,
if you're not coming... No.
Pythons?
I've watched
you're
so
not
much...
bringing motorcycles or...
I have a Subaru.
Guns.
I have a car that actually works
You need
off-road.
somebody to design concert halls, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I can design the logo. And I can entertain us. I know some magic tricks. I just pulled my finger off.
I thought you were making a
I thought
gesture.
It's like, what? You can't do that.
I was like, you know how to
job,
make your
man.
wiener disappear?
I thought you were doing
Also-
the old,
Inside someone?
the old massage thing. We're like, yeah?
I know that trick.
Yeah. Wow.
Well,
that's-
on that bombshell.
On that bombshell. Muff Said?
Muff Said.
we should do the shout-outs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're bad at this.
I want
25th show.
Can I do a shout out? Who am I shouting out?
Well, I mean, you have
pimp your
your
shit.
Kickstarter, and the best way to, I guess, search it is just go to Kickstarter.com and search for it. Or
Yeah, you can go to
Honor Society.
Kickstarter. You can go to Kickstarter.com and search for Honor Society, or I have a Bitly. Everybody knows how to use Bitly.
Yep.
bit.ly/overnight success doc. DOC.
Nice.
Or you can just,
Fancy.
Or Google.
I love my custom Bitlys. I do.
Yeah.
And what's your tweeters?
Twitter is at Honor Society, Facebook.com/Honor Society, YouTube.com/Honor Society, HonorSocietyMusic.com is our website. It's actually a Tumblr site, so you can find us on Tumblr if you're there. And
What about you personally? Twitter?
oh, my personal Twitter is I am the Commodore. It's a full sentence. I am
And you have a
the Commodore.
Pretty good nerd call out or reference, and you have a Commodore 64 logo as
I
your
do.
background, which is pretty badass.
I do. That was my very first computer. That and a Tandy TRS-80, if you're familiar.
We're going to
Texas
have to have you
Instrument
come
one?
on.
It was a
we didn't even get to,
yeah.
talk. We didn't even get to talk
baby.
video game history.
You're going to have to come back.
Yeah.
I would love to. I would love to come
I think
back.
that's
I will bring the beer
definitely
next time.
Oh,
Ooh.
the first offer, by the way.
The
of a
first
guest
offer.
Really?
to bring
Yeah.
beer.
Nobody offers to bring beer?
No.
You
No.
have fucking
I don't even do
cavemen
it.
coming?
We did not decide on a number for our beer.
I'm gonna give it. I actually kind of like this a lot
Yeah.
for an IPA. I'm giving this a little bit better score because I don't usually like pales, but I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'm giving this a 4. Solid 4.
And you hated it. You're giving us a 1?
1.
And I want to give us a 3. Can someone do that average?
It's probably 3.
3. I'm going to call that a 3.
Yeah.
All right, so that is a 3 for the
It is a 3.
Amagang
Yeah. Wow.
Belgian-style pale ale. It's delicious, but it's not our favorite. Nick Ahrens, what are you up to these days? How can people find you? How can they?
Robot Pants on Twitter. You can check out our studio, hiddenvariable.com. We're working on some new stuff soon to finally talk about, which is exciting.
Bated
and
breath.
What's that?
Bated breath over here.
Bated breath. And that's about it. I'm working on some other fun projects I'll talk about soon as well.
You can find me at Ryan Keely. That's RyanKeely on the Twitter. And if you missed WonderCon, please go watch my con coverage at therealstanley.com.
Yeah, I saw Stanley tweet you.
He did.
Yeah.
I'm shiny.
Sweet.
And Brian Redban.
Next month, May 3rd and 4th, I'll be in Sacramento playing at the